bill to combat climate change, but energy independence is also a matter of national security. Retired U.S. Army General Paul Eaton is a senior advisor at the National Security Network, pushing for climate change, pushing for this legislation. Thanks so much, General, for joining us. Tell us why it is such an important issue for national security, for anyone who doesn't get it.
Andrea, thanks for having me on. When you take a look at the defense budget, we're pushing north of $750 billion. And a significant amount of that goes to protecting our lines of communication, protecting our oil-based sources, and we are spending our children's future here just to sustain our logistics. And it is a military issue, it is a budgetary issue, and it's a future economic issue for the United States.
But of course, this is a terrible climate, no pun intended, to be doing this, presenting this bill now. You've lost the support of the one Republican co-sponsor, Senator Lindsey Graham, over side issues, but lost the support after all of the months. At the same time, the oil spill. How do you say to Americans, you know, this is the time for an energy bill, which includes offshore drilling, when in fact we have no answers yet from BP after all these weeks as to how to even begin this fix?
Well, the real argument is because of energy dependence upon oil, because we're really reliant upon a 19th century fuel source, we are going after more and more dangerous locations and more problematic countries to sustain our billion-dollar-a-day habit. And when we spend $100 million a day and send it to Iran, a primary potential enemy, that is a national security issue. It's a military issue. So we've got to sell that to America. And what happened in the Gulf and this terrific oil spill that's going on, we developed the technology to get after it. And as we do so, as our needs grow, and we're pushing wellheads down 5,000 feet under the water, we're on the edge of our technological capacity to get it, and we're beyond, apparently, our technological capacity to right a wrong when disaster strikes. So we're going into dangerous regions now.
What about the carbon tax piece of this? You've got the economy just coming out of a recession, and especially in areas of the country where people are so resistant to the carbon tax. How do you sell this very tough political piece to the American people?
It's frequently difficult to sell to the idea of spending money today to save greater money in the future. Spending a little bit of money today, most of which, by the way, will come back to the consumer in price supports for energy bills that are going to go up, and eventually 100% will come back to energy consumers. But it drives us to reliable energy, to sustainable energy, to non-oil energy options. It's a job provider, and it will ultimately reduce the requirements imposed upon the military, as I mentioned earlier, to sustain the lines of communication that we've got to do.
General Paul Eaton, thank you so much. We appreciate it. The case for national security on climate change. And tomorrow on the show, John Kerry will join us here.